Welcome to Stock Talk. This is your host, Scott. Hope you had a good day. The market managed to squeeze out a couple hundred points today in the green. Kind of an up and down day. Started out down low. I think we're down about 700 and then got back up to around 500 and then just kind of went up and down during the day. But managed to hang on to the green, which was a good thing. Glad to see a green day, especially after yesterday, which was a red day. So did buy a couple of things. We'll talk about that here in just a minute as we look at our portfolio. But wanted to just kind of show you some things in the portfolio tonight that you can look for to look for if when the stocks are going back up, you want to make sure your stocks are going up as much as the market or more. And so we're going to take a look at some of that and kind of look at why some of them may not have and that kind of thing. So especially these ETFs. So let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at the market and take a look at our portfolio. All right, so here's our portfolio. As you can see here, we did end up 188 points, almost 1%, 0.95%. So what I want to do is look at our stocks that's in our portfolio here and make sure that we went up 1% or so, because you want to be at least tracking the market. So what we see here is the DIA is our, one of our ETFs that tracks the market. As you can see, it's very close to the 1%. So it's very close. But I want to show you this. Why did that one not follow the market quite as good? And I want to show you 0.585%. If you go to holdings here and click in there, remember we've looked at this before. Shows you what all kind of sector weightings it's got and that kind of thing. So the sector weightings are financial services, industrials, and technology. So what you probably want to do, if it doesn't track, you want to look at those sectors to see how they did. Or you can look like here, the main holdings here. And as you see here, the main number one holding, unfortunately, this one is BA, which is Boeing, which of course everybody knows what's going on with Boeing is the planes were grounded before all this ever happened, and it's just been getting beat up ever since. It's very important stock when it comes to the Dow, but you can take a look here and see that it was down 4%. So that's probably why that ETF did not track quite as much as as the market as it should have. But that's what held it back. If that had not been the case there, then we might have had even a pretty good day with that DIA. But it's been doing pretty good on most of these green days, so I'm not worried about it. Not worried about any of those ETFs. But if you take a look at how they performed today, they were a little bit under the performance of the market. So that's just something you can kind of look at and check. But I'm not too excited about it because the days that we've had these green days, they've done really well. So, but look at DIA, got SPY. SPY was not quite that high, only a 0.25%. You got QQQ, a little bit over 0.5%, and then the VTI was 0.74. So they're pretty close. Nothing to be too worried about there. So we're okay with that. A big winner today in our portfolio was EXAS. That's the one that does the colon cancer testing, and you'll see the commercials on TV. We talked about that before, but 32% up today. 32%, 32.48%. So that's a good little chunk back, but it's got a long ways to go. Another good one here, our GBTC, 19.8%. That's our Bitcoin trust, and so it made a pretty decent comeback today, 19%. And some other good ones. Of course, U.S. Steel's ticked up there another 7%. Of course, it got knocked down yesterday, so it's just making up ground from yesterday. Novavax, another good day. Novavax has been doing pretty decent here. This news can come out any day on that nano flu, and that's what I'm waiting on. But today's high was 13.20, so we're getting close to where we bought those other shares the other day on that as far as the high goes. If you take a look at this 5-day chart here, it's kind of, you see the upward trend here, and here was the highs here, and 1308, and then you got 1275, 1277 there. So we're liking the way that looks, and the volume's been heavy on it. So I kind of like the way that one's going. I'm thinking that news is going to come out any day now. So hopefully it's good news on the nano flu. And I really don't know that the virus stuff is driving this. I think this is more to do with the fact that the nano flu data is coming out before the end of the month, which we're in with the 19th month. So I think somebody I saw today put 8 more trading days. So we'll see how it goes. All right. So so that one was pretty good, and then we had another one here. Cliff did pretty good, but it got hit pretty hard yesterday too. Those are both Cliff and that's an iron ore steel, and X of course steel. So they're going to do good when they come up with a infrastructure bill. I think those are the ones that are going to do good then. Oil was up really high today, so I thought MPC might get a push out of that, and they were green part of the day, as you can see here in the little chart here, the little green humps, but they kept going up and down. I did add to my position on that today, so I did a little cost averaging on that, and not very much, just a little dab. We just add a little bit at a time. Yesterday, I believe it was SPY. Let me just check here. I think it was SPY in the DIA that I did yesterday. Let's see. MPC we bought today, and DIA and SPY is what I bought yesterday when the market was down really big. So we've added some more to those two here. It's cost averaging on those. So we're trying to stay as close to that bottom as we can on those stocks. The closer we can stay to the bottom, the better. So when this thing starts to turn for good, we'll be in a good position there on those. Got to be careful with my cash though, because I am retired and I've got to make sure I have enough cash to at least make it a year without having to worry about selling any stocks. I do have the stock in one account, the Novavax. It's up almost 200% now, so I'm sitting pretty good with that. If I had to get some more cash, I could do that, but that could change tomorrow when this news comes out. So I'm living dangerous right there with that. I mean, you should be satisfied with a 200% gain, but I am going to hang on to that because I'm counting on this nano flu to be some good news. That may come back and haunt me, but that's the way you do it sometimes. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our markets tonight. Looks like we do have the Nikkei. It's up a little bit. Looks like Shanghai and Hong Kong are not up yet. Let me refresh that. So they haven't started yet. It doesn't look like for the night, but it's all right. So the Nikkei's not down too bad, only 1%. Let's take a look at our pre-market for tomorrow, U.S. market. It looks like we're showing that we may start out in the red tomorrow, but that happened today as well. So we still had a green day after all. That showed a little resiliency in the market, so that was good. I was kind of glad to see that. I was looking at the futures last night where we're down pretty good bit, 600, 700 points. So we're only down 200, so we might make a good comeback. Looks like the Senate's has come up with another plan here, $1,200 cash payments to individuals. I think that's still got to go to the House, but we'll see how that goes. It's not a done deal yet, I don't believe. All right. So how about our oil? Let's take a look at our oil. Oil surges 23%. Best to post the best day ever, rebounding from Wednesday's steep losses, which were probably one of the worst days ever. So, great that we got some of it back. We're back to 25 now. I mean, that thing was under 20 the other day, so that's good news. Not sure why that's going back up, but that's good news. We could use that on the oil side anyway. All right, so that's kind of where we're at right now. As far as tomorrow goes, it's going to be the same old song and dance. We're gonna look see what the market does. I mean, tomorrow's Friday. As we know, we talk about Fridays a lot of times. People want to sell on Fridays, so we got to just kind of keep an eye on how that market's going to go tomorrow. I'm training myself to wait to the end of the day. Okay, so yesterday I bought closer to the end of the day. I think there was 45 minutes left in the market before I started buying. So I'm going to be watching throughout the day. Probably won't, if I got some stuff to do tomorrow, so probably if I do any trading, it's going to have to be a good dip in the early half of the day before I can buy something. If not, I'll just be on the road and won't be able to do nothing tomorrow. But we'll get back online sometime this weekend, either Saturday, Sunday night, maybe both, and then we'll talk about where we're at, what we've added to, if we did anything like that, and hopefully this news on this Novavax comes out pretty soon. If you've got any questions, comments, just go ahead and leave them, and we'll be glad to address those. If you know anybody that's wanting to learn something about the market, especially now that it's down, and a good time for folks to start getting in, tell them about my channel. Don't forget to like the videos and subscribe if you haven't already. And I appreciate you watching the videos, and I hope you have a great day tomorrow and a great weekend. And stay safe. Thanks. Bye. To subscribe, click the button in the right-hand corner. Thank you.